Good evening. Welcome to the Michael Muse Show. You are with the Overcomer Coach, the author of Rise and Burn, and tonight we have a great show. We have the dynamic duo from the Hybrid Marketers. We have Billy Funk and Ray Dietrich, and we are here tonight to talk about winning online and offline marketing. And definitely, these two guys here have truly put a formula together to maximize their time, their resources online, and also just the fact that they understand partnerships and they understand how crucial it is to have the right mindset in business and definitely going from a 9 to 5 to working online. So, gentlemen, how you guys doing this evening?
Outstanding. Doing absolutely awesome, Michael. We appreciate you inviting us, and we're really happy to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Billy, start with you first. How long have you been? So tell me a little bit about your story on how you guys started online marketing.
For sure. So I actually didn't know what network marketing meant as of April of 2012. A lot of people don't know that. They think I was born and raised by some network marketing parents, but that's not the case. So I grinded it out for a year and a half offline. And I kept thinking to myself, there's got to be an easier way. And it was about then that I ran into Ray Dietrich. We were cross-lining in a company, and we started working together on some small projects. And I just started following different people that I saw had what I wanted. At that time, I looked at Google Plus as kind of it was trending, it was hot, it was owned by Google. I thought they were going to put a lot more time and energy into it. So I grinded it out on Google Plus for about 3 months, built a following in those 3 months of about 20,000 people, somewhere close to that, and you have well over 50,000 now on that platform, 250,000 if you combine all my pages and profiles together. And Google Plus isn't exactly Snapchat or Instagram. So it helped me, though, develop a brand and an authority on something that I saw no other people in my industry inside of network marketing. Nobody had an authority or understanding of that platform, and I don't believe anybody else still has a bigger or better one to this day because of the time I spent on there. So I could say right now that I've got more followers on Google Plus than any other network marketer on the planet, which is kind of cool. What is that following worth? Well, it's worth whatever I want to use it to monetize and leverage. And so recently, my authority has been YouTube and video marketing. I love ranking videos. I look at whatever is trending. I like to think of, okay, where's marketing going next week? You can kind of see that Ray and I are in the same. We're in the same room right now. We're at his house. So if you see my hand in his screen, that's why. But I like to look at what's trending. Where's marketing going to be? Where is the audience going to be like a week from now, a month from now, a year from now? And Periscope is a big point to that. YouTube is also something that's not going away. It's only getting stronger. And now with videos on Facebook, Zuckerberg is really he's putting a lot of time and energy and effort into the video platform, and now there's 8 billion views a day on Facebook, which is twice the amount on YouTube, which is crazy. So I struggled online for a little bit, Michael. I look at everything as, if you want to become an authority or a master in any niche and any skill set and any hobby or profession, you got to put 10,000 hours into it. And so I squeezed into about 3.5 years, 10,000 hours inside of network and internet marketing. To get to man, if that makes sense.
That definitely makes sense, man. It definitely shows how important it is, no matter what we do, especially anyone who wants to be online. Because as you two guys know, a lot of people they get online and they hear all the shiny stories and to get rich quick, and they think they can just put a little time in here and they're going to make 10,000 a month next month, and that's the way it is. And I'm glad you said that, man, because discipline is truly the key. like you said, getting them hours in and learning the craft and having the mindset to stay forward and to push forward. So you definitely hit on point with that. So Ray, how about you, man? How was your start with online marketing?
Well, you know what? It started before online. Well, actually, I mean, I was on what became AOL in the late '80s. As a kid, I think in sixth grade, I was like a little hacker guy, right? Like I would dial up and put my phone on the computer, and I would hook up and download software. I guess I was a pirate. I'm not sure exactly, but and we would dial around, and I joined the service. It was called CompuServe, which was even before AOL. So I got online in like 87, 88 to the internet, right? And from there, as I became an adult, I just started building businesses online. And then I was introduced to network marketing in 1999 in Amway, like the big one, right? Like the mother of them all in Amway. And I learned how to market in the network marketing field for years offline. And then probably, I don't know, 2006 or 7, I had already been doing businesses online. I started a record label. Just a serial entrepreneur, just thing after thing after thing. Some worked, some were terrible disasters, right? But 2006, 2007, I started applying what I learned offline marketing into online, and I realized, you could do the same concepts that you were building offline with, and you learned, and apply it to network marketing online. And not a lot of people were doing that. Even into 2008, 2009, people weren't really using social media in a way that they could build. And then, they were so focused on building their local neighborhoods, and they were struggling to branch out of their area. And I was building teams, across the country through social media, even, in 2009. And then I just kind of progressed from there, and I discovered sales funnels and list building, and I got lucky and got plugged in some really good mentors and paid for some good coaching. And over the years, I've been able to kind of put all the pieces together, I guess, by following good people. And, it's one of those things where, like you said, there's no fast way. Some people do come in and hit it overnight. I don't know how they do it, because I'm not one of those people. It took me, 15 years to really, really hit the numbers that people talk about. I mean, I made good money before then, here and there, but to really, get the money that people want, it took me a long time. But it came through just the constant grind and paying for correct coaching and training and things like that.
Absolutely. I definitely understand that, man. And I definitely want to thank all the guests who coming out to watch the show tonight, because definitely you could be doing anything else with your Tuesday night, but you're here on the Michael Muse Show with Billy Funk and Ray Dietrich, and definitely getting some insight and some nuggets from these guys. And definitely want to thank Benny Randall. He has a question here, and the question is, have you ever been able to make those Google followers convert to customers? So why don't you go ahead and I think you said yes to that, Billy. Why don't you go ahead and jump in that real quick?
Absolutely. No, thank you, Michael. It's a great question, Benny. So when it comes to Google Plus, a large percentage of my following is actually international. So right after I really developed that authority and gained that amount of followers, I was inside of a company that was only in the United States. And so I did convert several people into customers as well as promoters. What ended up happening, though, I ended up spending more time answering people that were in other countries that my company wasn't in, telling them why they couldn't get in, than I did spending time with people that were in the United States, telling them how to get in, if that makes sense. So I kind of pulled back a little bit from there. So when you have an international opportunity, or you got an info product or something that can be purchased in any point of the planet, Google Plus is definitely a place to use that, as well as search is no longer objective. So when you're logged into Gmail, when you're logged into your YouTube account, when you're logged into Google or Google Plus, and you type in any keywords into the search bar and hit search, you will see anybody that you follow, you will see content from them on the first page, even if that content isn't ranked organically on the first page, if that makes sense. So if everybody watching this right now followed me, and I wrote an article about how to rank on YouTube, and as well as put a video together. And that blog and that video wasn't ranked in the first 10 pages, but you all followed me. It would still show up, okay, on your first page of search when you typed in keywords associated to that article, if that makes sense. So that
absolutely, that sounds good. And yes, the next question here is, what was the conversion rate per 1,000 people?
What was the conversion rate per 1,000 people? So if I had 50,000 followers, how many customers and reps did I get? It would be, I would say, 2 per 1,000.
And I don't think you even look at it that way.
One.
With the type of marketing he was doing at that time and we were doing through his G Plus channels is more of like a branding,
correct,
total building of an audience and driving them into other channels. So it's not really, you can't really compare it to running a campaign or what's a conversion rate. It's more just like a bigger picture branding kind of marketing messaging that we were doing there.
I also joint ventured with somebody on putting a course together with that. So, made a little bit of money, monetized that a little bit. That was my first info product that I co-created or created. Have learned a lot since then and put together a few other ones that have been a lot more successful.
Okay, great. I think that definitely answered that question there. Thank you so much for that question, Benny Randall. That is definitely a great question because people definitely want to know when they do have these lists of people who they're trying to convert into customers. And of course, the most important aspect, I know you two guys definitely agree with this, is so crucial to build relationships with people. And that's truly the key that turns the person from being just someone on your list to truly engaging and truly monetizing to the fullest right there, because when you have that relationship, you're not just monetizing one time. Like you said, once you become that thought leader and people are truly following you, it's no problem at all to add another product or another service, and you've already doubled your sales without acquiring a whole nother customer altogether. So definitely, that's definitely right on point.
It's a big point, Michael. And so inside of internet marketing, the whole, you see a lot of people, they put out something of great value. Like Ray is really good at creating like a report or a cheat sheet or even a course that you give out for free on the front end in exchange for somebody's email address. And then immediately you're taken to kind of what's called a one-time offer or a tripwire that's, $7 to $17 in that area where you're giving out tons of more value and somebody is becoming your customer for $7. And if you have something to upsell, like $1,000, let's say training program, you've got $1,000 membership site, it's a lot easier to get that $7 member to pay the $1,000 than it is to get somebody that's never spent any money with you to come right out of the gate and spend any amount of money, if that makes sense.
So you're building that trust, and you're giving them the value. So for a small amount, they can come in and test the waters with you, like at $7 or something like that. Even I've done them at $1, right? Just getting them to trust you just enough to give you their credit card, but not spend a lot with you, and then you deliver massive value. And they'll feel more comfortable moving on down that road and spending more and more and getting what they need from you because they know that you're actually going to deliver and your conversions go way up.
And you guys, you hit it right on the nail right there. It's so important, that just like you say, people are real fickle now because they know that there's so many programs out here. There's so many. It's like every day somebody has something new idea, new concept. So you're right. It's so crucial that it's a smart strategy to get them in on a very small level, and you build that know, like, and trust factor, and you're able to introduce them to your other programs, which is so critical. But we have Benny Randall here. He also says, yes, no business can survive without repeat customers, and that is true. I think that's truly a key. Wouldn't you guys say that is truly a key for anyone who gets online? If they truly want to be viable, if they truly want to be sustainable, and truly had a long-term longevity, but to truly have people who they truly have become that brand, and people truly have that trust to know, what? Of course, I spent the $7 with you guys. Now, I mean, I can afford that $1,000 program you have, but guess what? When I do get ready, you're the guys I'm going to spend it with. Would you guys agree with that?
That's absolutely true. And, it's your job as a marketer to make sure you're delivering everything you say. You're going to deliver massive value so that, for lack of better words, your followers will continue to follow you because it's a win-win relationship for everybody, right? Like our business grows, they get what they want, what they're trying to learn from us, or what's hot in marketing, or how to build this type of business or that type of business. They get what they want, plus we're growing our business at the same time. So it works both ways. You can't continue to build without building a list, but you can't keep them on your list without providing tons of value. So you just have to. And here's the thing. One thing I've learned by creating info products and doing online training and stuff is the unfortunate truth is probably 90% of people, if I gave them the course that they wanted or they paid for it even, 90% of them, probably half won't even open it and look at it. And the other 40% may watch it but never implement it. So some marketers are scared to give away their secrets, right? Like, I have all this stuff I'm going to do online, but I can't tell anybody because they'll copy me. Well,
exactly.
I throw that out because, unfortunately, most people won't even implement it. And I hope that they do because I want them to have success because then that makes them a long-term customer.
Exactly.
And Zig spoke on that, many years ago where, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get everything you want. So if you do have something that works, by holding it back, you're not only hurting other people, but you're hurting yourself. Because if you want to make more money, the only way to do that is to give more value. If you want to become a millionaire and you are not making $1 million, there's only one reason. It's because you have not given $1 million worth of value to the marketplace.
Boom. That's it right there. And you know what, guys? This next question here is definitely critical because we definitely the fact we're moving into definitely online marketing. This course is a trend, but guess what? We truly know there are people who are still offline marketing with the brick and mortar businesses. So I want you guys to kind of break down how do you monetize the offline marketing, and how have you transitioned someone from offline to online?
Wait, say you're talking about a brick and mortar business. We have an agency side, a business like a digital marketing agency, and we deal with clients who are strictly offline. Like their business is a mom and pop store that's on Main Street, and maybe they have a website, maybe they don't, but they're not monetizing. But here's the thing. They already have there's strategies you can implement immediately to get them list building and bringing people back into the store from very simple strategies, with SMS marketing, with basic sales funnels, driving them to a fan page where you're doing giveaways and coupons and contests and discounts. And, you can take someone totally offline and drive them online. If you're talking about network marketing, it's the hangout, right? Like people who are used to going into living rooms and doing home meetings and pitching. You take an offline guy who's a great presenter, like Billy. Well, I guess I got to point this way. Billy Funk's the presenting king, right? So awesome in a hotel room and a living room. But guess what? He's even more awesome on a Google Hangout or in a webinar.
Or how about a blab?
Exactly, in a blab. I mean, that's what you do. It's really the same principles. I mean, it's no different. It's all marketing. If we do a campaign that ends up doing a direct mail campaign, we're gonna make it hybrid. We're gonna send that direct mail piece out, but guess what? We're gonna drive them into a sales funnel on the back end, and then they're gonna walk through our sales process and get on our list and hopefully buy from us. But it started as a direct mail piece. Whatever you're looking at, it's just mixing the two, and it's the same concepts, and I think you can play both sides of the fence.
It's bridging the gap between the online world and the offline world. And something that really resonated with me with what Ray was doing immediately when I came online was he was using the tactics and skill sets that he learned from Amway, and he was incorporating them online, where he was building relationships with people, via chat messages on Facebook, and then driving them into a community, into a Facebook group after they became a customer or a member, where he then created and cultivated the culture, which is what you do at home meetings, which is what you do at local events, Super Saturdays. And so he was taking all of the foundation of offline marketing and just transferring that knowledge into online marketing, because they work hand in hand. Yep. So if I find you offline, my goal is to actually bring you online and show you tools that you can use to really cast a wider net. And if I find you online, my goal is then to somehow maybe bring you offline, maybe get on the phone with you, or, maybe start communicating via text message, and eventually meet in person, where now I'm going to actually drive the relationship and the trust and the rapport, if that makes sense.
Okay, so give us a quick example of you got company ABC, and they're on Yellow Pages, and so they got a decent. They're doing okay business wise. They're not doing bad. They got a good. Been in business for a few years, but like you say, like a lot of people, they're kind of scared to get in touch with technology. So give me an example how you would take a business like that to go from being, of course, they're offline, but get them online, and kind of explain how that monetization with that, how that would work out for them.
What type of business was it? You were kind of garbled right there.
Like some type of business.
Okay.
Or
just an imaginary business. It could be ABC flyer shop.
Or cleaners.
A flyer shop. So
Cleaner.
What I would probably do,
ABC cleaners, yes.
You would find out, first of all, if they have any way of list building. That's the number one thing. Okay, if you don't have a way to communicate with your customers on a return basis, and you're just hoping they walk in the door, you're in trouble. Okay, so I would find a way to leverage a way to come up with some kind of bribe, because you're going to have to bribe those people to fill out a form or go online and give you their email. So the most important thing for the flyer shop would be to get that email, no matter what it takes, whether it's a discount or it's a raffle or it's, flyer shop, extra glossy printed flyers if you fill out for the email list. Whatever it is, whatever you could leverage them to exchange that info. And if you can drive them to a website, great. But if not, have an old school clipboard with them signing their name and email, and do data entry. Do whatever you have to do to get a list, because then you have them. Okay, you can either do the list, or another type of list is SMS marketing. Get a short code, have them text, best flyers in town to 292929, whatever it is, and hit them with a discount code. But no matter what it is, we're talking about building a list. And if you can email your customer base with, hey, we're running a special. If you come in this weekend, you're going to get 10% off on X, Y, and Z. You're going to drive more business. Okay, so list building is everything. And when we talk and consult with the small businesses that are strictly offline, not very often do they have a list. I mean, you could talk CRMs and taking them into the next levels all day, but if you don't start with a list, I mean, it's the same with network marketing, small business, big business. If you don't have a list, you're not in business. You're just hoping somebody walks in.
What I would do, so if I owned a brick and mortar, let's say I owned a cleaners, my first goal would be to create a website so that I can drive traffic or drive customers to it, where they can actually buy gift cards. They can purchase product or services from me. That's number one. Number two, I would create a YouTube channel where I'm going to start telling the story of my brand and my company, and I'm going to start telling the story of my customers. Where I would have somebody start recording testimonials of people that. And then start creating unique videos. Like, here's a great example. Tide recently created a really cool ad, and they got this whole ad campaign on YouTube. It caught my attention. Very rarely do I watch a whole ad on YouTube, but Tide did something really cool. They paid some really high-end YouTubers to actually go out there. Like this one prank guy, he had a blueberry Slurpee, and he got him, he would accidentally run into people and it would get his whole shirt messy. And then they videotaped him going into a laundromat and actually cleaning it, seeing it was the Tide Challenge, it's called. And so that's branding Tide, and it's exposing more people, more eyeballs to Tide's brand, driving more traffic to their website and generating more sales.
Oh man, that's powerful right there.
Really powerful.
So that's that. Yeah, we got a question here. How important is human contact? Because it seems people have gotten lazy since social media is hot. They forget how to have a conversation with customers.
So I'll take this one. Now, Billy might disagree with me, and it happens every once in a while, right? But here's the thing. Being personable and on a one-on-one basis isn't scalable when you're talking about a lot of people. Okay, so if you have a massive audience and you have a huge customer base, so say you have a network marketing team with 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 people, you can't have that contact. It's not going to happen. Okay, video is everything. Making video content kind of in long form, not even just 1, 2, 3 minute, but getting on these kind of formats where you're having real discussions with some of your team, addressing things for your team, or if it's in another type of business, say it's in one of our consulting businesses, or somebody gets in there doing the hangouts and webinars and letting them get to know you through video and that type of content getting out there through social media. That's the next best thing, because you cannot scale one-on-one contact. However, what you can do though is the human contact comes with upsells, right? So you have a huge audience. Well, if you want to talk to Ray and Billy one-on-one, and I see the update question, Benny, and that's exactly where I'm going with workshops and conferences and such. Is
yes,
you see you have a huge audience, and there's a membership, say for $67 to get our information. Well, if you want one-on-one info, you got to pay the $297, $997, whatever it is, because you have a huge audience. You have to whittle it down to people who are willing to spend for your time. Okay. Or if you're talking network marketing, yes, he's going to an event for our business this weekend, and he's going to be out there shaking hands and meeting all the people and doing the one-on-one thing, right, in a huge way this weekend. But as far as like our info businesses and stuff, it's workshops and masterminds and inner circles and different levels of smaller groups where we can have that one-on-one interaction, but it costs more, and that's on purpose.
So
what?
When I go to this event over the weekend, what's highly ironic, I don't believe in irony. What's unique and cool is that over the last 2 years, since I really started taking videos to the next level, just like being really consistent with putting content out there and creating videos, every event that I've gone to, people walk up to me and they start talking to me as if they've known me their entire life. And they're having a conversation with me as if I know them back when I've never met them before. But they've watched my videos, and then they realize, oh wow, you don't know who I am. Hi, I'm Bob. I've been watching your videos, and it's so cool to have that happen, because what you're doing on a video is you're getting people to know you, you're getting people to like you, and you're getting people to trust you. And then when you come to a conference, they see that you're a real person, and the two go hand in hand. So I think human contact is important. And what Ray said is videos can really, it can scale that. It can actually create the human contact for people if you don't have a way to get to events and conferences. And if you do, if you've been creating videos for last year and you get to an event where a lot of people watch it, you will see at that moment how powerful your videos are, and it'll make you want to create even more.
When you're looking for a back exit so you can actually get out of the event and get to your room for a meeting, and you can't get through the crowd otherwise, then you just grab the video.
It's the first time that you'll understand what it would probably be like to be Mick Jagger.
And you know what, guys? That's definitely a big nugget right there. That's good stuff, because definitely it's so crucial that for anyone that's listening right now, it's so crucial that if you're in business, if you're online, you definitely need to be making videos. People need to know who you are. They need to see you and hear you talk and share your ideas and share your passion and share your activities, because that is so crucial for developing that footprint. So when they do see you in person, like Billy and Ray just said, people truly they feel like they know you. They feel they know your struggle. They can feel your pain, and it's like they. And you know what, guys? What makes it so important? People actually feel like they're part of your journey, and that's powerful. When people can see you, they see your story. Yeah, when they see your videos from your start to where you're at, and they're seeing your passion, they're seeing your heart, they see the discipline you put into it, and the fact that for the most part they're getting these videos for free. And so now, like you say, they see it at these conferences, they see it at these workshops, and now, hey, they want to come to you. Hey, Billy Funk, man, I saw you talk this video. You spoke on, spoke on videos. And Ray, man, I saw you in this video, man, and you was speaking on building the list, and that helped me out, and that's truly what it's all about. That's the type of value you truly want to build online and offline too. Just building that credibility when people see our videos. They had a know, like, and trust factor, and they feel like they're part of our story and they're part of our journey. So my question for you two guys is two busy guys, definitely. I know you guys are always traveling the country. You got customer base worldwide. So kind of break down, kind of share with everybody exactly what you guys' company do, because I know a lot of people on here kind of interested in a hybrid marketer. What is that? So if you kind of break it down for them and give them the tips and bits about it.
You know what? We've gone through a big organization period, to be honest, and these are all things that we've been doing in the past, but we got real serious and organized ourselves just recently on a business side. Like, we're scaling our business, we're bringing on people who are working with us and for us, and going big. Like, we're scaling big, and our business is kind of broken down in different areas. So we have a hybrid agency, which is our digital marketing company, where we're jumping in and helping small businesses or online businesses or entrepreneurs sell more stuff online. Okay, we take a business with nothing, get them going online. We take a entrepreneur who wants to get their first info product out, we help them launch it. Whatever it is, we run advertising campaigns for people, things like that. And then we obviously have our network marketing business. And then we're big into e-commerce as well. We have several e-commerce streams where we're selling physical products online. And those are, separate to all of this stuff. This is stuff that, people in our network marketing business and our hybrid agency customers don't see. And it's just a total niched off e-com business. And then we have our info products and consulting and training businesses. So where we're launching our own courses and we're running masterminds and things like that. That's the gist of it. It's a lot of different things. So recently, hiring more people to come in and help us. I think we're up to 5 or 6 people. Is that what we're 5 or 6, something like that are working for us almost full time. So it's an exciting time for us right now.
Yeah, I heard somebody say recently that I look up to and respect in the video marketing world. He said, if you can't afford to outsource, it's because you haven't been outsourcing. And I was like, whoa, that's deep.
Yes, it is. Yes, man.
Yeah, so you got verticals and different ways of. One of our things is we've watched so many different companies, come and go. We watch different people come and go. We watch different products, different. I mean, even though Google Plus is still around, it's not anywhere close to what I thought it was going to be. So if your income is coming from, if more than 50% of your income is coming from one source, well, then you're at risk of it falling apart. What happens if that source falls apart? What happens if you've got an income source that's 90% of your total income? What happens if that goes away? What happens if you get fired? What happens if it's an opportunity, that company, falls apart? Like, what happens? What do you do next? Because you're kind of screwed if you don't have a plan B. So that our goal is to make sure that not one income source is more than 50% of our total income combined. And sometimes because you can pick up mass momentum. It's not a bad thing when one starts taking off. You want to be building other things at the same time.
Because who hasn't been burned by something that didn't go the way you thought it would or didn't last? So that is that feeling that makes you sick in your stomach, and we don't want to experience.
We're not saying say yes to everything. In fact, the whole definition of focus is saying no to more things than you say yes to. Being very picky and choosy, and keeping things kind of relevant. What can you do together? Like on my way up here, I recorded a podcast. And I went live on Facebook. I parked, told everybody that I was going to keep my eyes on the road. I wasn't going to see their comments, just so they knew that, and safety first. But I was creating multiple forms of content while driving up here at the same time. And so in your business, what can you do at the same time? What is there a lead generation platform that actually accentuates your network marketing business? If you're if you're selling cleaning supplies, is there a service company that does dry cleaning that you can incorporate with and become an affiliate of?
Exactly, absolutely. And you know what, Billy, and you hit on a good point, man. Even my book Rise and Burn, I have a chapter that specifically talk about 1,000 things, because too many times people are so focused on 1,000 different things between family, home, work, a business, and it doesn't take much to get distracted with so many things fighting for our attention. And one of the things I mentioned in my book is that we had to really focus on that one concept. And so I even go as far as even setting up declaration, the focus on greatness declaration, because it's so important that we want to achieve, we want to grow, we want to build a special business. We have to, no matter what's going on, we have to focus on that one idea, that one concept, and we have to stick with it and not let anything get to us. Like Eric Thomas once always say, sometimes you got to look over the good to get to the great.
100%.
And so definitely for me, man, when I was going through a tough time in my life and I was going through my health crisis, for me, I was focused on a whole lot of different things, and me having a healthy state of mind, and even for me having my body feeling healthy, even though I was going through a sickness, to having that right state of mind to even fight to be strong for a good time, and I wasn't able to do it. I was weak, and I was suffering with depression. I wanted to die, and I wanted to give up, and it took me with the simplest idea, lying in bed in pain, and just say, you know what, I'm not gonna focus on the pain. I just want to live, and let me just think about what I need to do to live right now. I need to, number one, I need to have the right mindset. Let me get centered. Let me pray. Let me meditate. And let me make sure I talk to people who are going to be encouraging to me. And that's what I did. It was as simple as that. So even in my sickness, I wrote down on my goal sheet for the day is I just want to live. And the next day it got better. I want to live and I want to smile. The next day I want to walk. I want to take some steps to the bathroom. And each day the list got bigger and bigger. And so definitely for anyone out there, it's so crucial that we really evaluate things, what they are. And if you're in business, it's so crucial that you focus on that one thing, focus on the idea, and put your focus of greatness and declaration on paper so you can push forward with it, you know?
If you push past the pain, you'll finally see the gain.
Absolutely.
And I look at failure as fantastic as long as you don't lose the lesson.
Absolutely.
So what are three?
Question here from Benny Randall.
Yep.
3 things people are doing wrong online. So, guys, I know between both you guys, you both had 3 separate things online there you can give on that. So, go ahead. Let's go ahead and start with that, Ray.
You know, I'd say the number one thing is not branding yourself. Like, you know, a lot of people, we're kind of talking about network marketing sometimes in this conversation, right? People are out there branding that company, branding that product, talking about everything that's going on with that company. And guess what? They're not branding themselves. You're never going to be taken seriously as a leader or as somebody that people want to follow unless you put yourself out there as an authority. And you only get that from branding yourself and people following you. So that's one.
Okay. So a second thing people are doing, what I see doing wrong, when you create a piece of content, all right, that's valuable to the marketplace or valuable to your audience, don't put your link in the description or even say, get back to me if you want what I just talked about. If you're inside of a community, an organization, or a company, okay, with other people, and you create a testimonial video that's just awesome, that other people are going to want to share, okay, keep it generic. At the end, say, get back to the person who shared this with you, because I just want you to try the product, and I don't care who you try it from. You've got no idea what this does, because here's the thing. If you put your link in the description and one of your friends, one of your contacts clicks on the link and takes a look at what you have, they can make a decision, okay, on something, and in their head, they've got an objection that's really easy for you to overcome, but because you don't know that they're looking at it, you'll never be able to get to overcome that objection. Does that make I hope that makes sense. Number two is that by doing
number three.
Well, no, I'm going to stick on this point still, though. Okay, because here's the other thing that happens too. When you do that, a lot of people will then that are in contact with you. They'll comment underneath saying, where can I get some more information? And so, or they'll message you. Now you know that they're interested in what you have, and you can control the conversation and overcome any objections. And I promise you this. So a lot of people will say to me right now, but Billy, what if somebody goes to Ray, or what if somebody goes to Michael and purchases or becomes a member through them, and it was because of my video? Here's the thing. If you've got a relationship with them, they will always come back to you. They will always message you. You will not lose them. I promise you. You'll create more engagement, and more of your friends will actually see that content. So that's what it irks me. I don't use that word often, but it makes me mad when somebody creates something really valuable and they put their link on it, and they just make it unshareable for other people. When I know that same video that got 100 views in their audience would get 10,000 if they just made it generic.
Man, absolutely, man.
I always have to follow this guy. This is the only problem with my partnership is I have to follow Billy Funk after he gets all fired up like this. So
exactly, man. As Benny Randall say, Pastor Billy Funk, let your church say amen.
I think number three, and I'll keep it short because I can't ever follow after Billy. It's brutal, but is not building a list. It's amazing the people with the amount of success, like very high success that we deal with, like on our agency side, and they'll come to us and they want to take their marketing to the next level, and they're already making six figures and they're doing great, and they're doing all these things, and in network marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever business they're in. And here's the thing: they don't have a list, and it's just mind-boggling to me that they're not trying to communicate and engage their audience daily. I email almost every day to a list. I have tons of segmented lists, but why wouldn't you want them to open up something from Michael Muse and read what you have to say, or what you have going on today, or what you're promoting, or the next webinar, or the next blab that you're on? Not having a list is probably, for me, it's the biggest thing that people do wrong online, and it's rampant. Just not a lot of people are doing it who should. Like some really big marketers I speak to, there's a guy that I know that actually, I think he's making 50, is it 50 or 60? It's 50, at least 50 a month right now. And he does not have a list of anyone, zero. And you might say, well, he doesn't need a list because he's making 50. Well, what happens if that huge organization he has goes away? What happens if something in that company stops? Then what? Then what does he do? He has no way to communicate or make a move. So big mistake.
And then consistency. One of the things that I see people doing wrong is they'll show up on Facebook for 3 days in a row and then poof, they're gone. Or they'll post 3 times in one day and then you don't see them for 3 days. Or they'll post about network marketing and then all of a sudden it's all about I don't know, a politician for 5 days. You're like, well, what's your niche? What does your audience want to see? And stay consistent with giving value and creating content that's consistent with the values of your audience. Create value towards the values of your audience. I'm coming up with something here. It's something along those lines. And on the other spectrum, though, Michael, I see a lot of people doing wrong is posting too much in one day on Facebook, like going 10 things at once. Nobody's going to see that unless they're on notification. Like every post that I do on Facebook is almost like its own mini launch, if that makes sense. Where I treat it like a launch. Exactly. I'm going to engage on it. I'm going to pull people back to it, and I'm not going to post something after that same post for maybe an hour or two minimum. To give it some time.
That's powerful. That's powerful right there, Billy, because there's a lot of people out there who are truly making some very big mistakes with online marketing, and definitely in that whole just engaging with people, like you said, because when you put it all out there quick like that, man, everyone's not going to see it, and you're not truly engaging. And for me personally, I try to put something in inspiration in between so I can kind of get a feel for who I am. So that it's not just promote. They get to see Michael Muse, the person, how I feel. I'm inspired about certain things that's going on in the world and certain things of how I feel. I put those things out there also. But my question to you two, now, would you kind of agree when I ask this question here, that if a person is a network marketing, would you say it's a good idea that they have their own website that's branded to them and they have another link in there to send them to the company that they're doing network marketing for? Is that a strategy? Is that a strategy you guys would say?
Absolutely. They need to have a website all about them and they can blog about it, or they can talk about their network marketing opportunity. That's fine, but that site needs to be about them, because people, if they're going to just join the company, they're going to pick whoever. But you want to make them think that you're the authority at that company, that you're the guy, you're the leader. When they go sponsor shopping, because that's what happens in network marketing. That's the big thing. We sponsored over 200 people because in our last deal, or our current deal, that in 90 days, something like that.
Yes.
Because we made it to where you couldn't go online looking for this company without finding content that led back to our websites, that led back to our videos. And it was about us. And guess who was the people that everyone wanted to join? It was us, because we made ourselves an authority because we were branding ourselves. And that it's massive, because anybody can go to the company website and sign up with whatever replicated site that they land on. That's not the people I want. I want leaders looking for leaders. We
sponsored multiple seven-figure earners, legitimate, that we had never had any interaction with before, from our videos and our content. So, my goal and our goal has really been to create so much content that it's impossible for somebody to research the company without seeing us at some point. And we accomplished that. I think that should be everybody's goal, no matter who they are, where they're at, what they're doing, what company, what opportunities they're with. Create content's king. If you want to become the authority inside of your niche, there's two ways of doing it: writing a book, or number two, creating more content than anybody else. Period. If you want to, if you do, even if you are not the top authority in that niche, you will become it instantaneously.
That's it. Kill them with content. It works no matter what niche you're promoting. It works in any business. We're doing it in e-com. We're doing it in info products. We're doing it in network marketing. We just kill them with content, and it works every single time.
Benny says you guys are great. The yin and the yang. He doesn't even know.
Yin and yang twin.
Bad cop, and I'm the good cop. He really is.
Oh man, but that right there, guys, that's what you call some gold nuggets for real, because people definitely need to separate themselves from companies. Now, I always stress that to people that the opportunity to a certain degree, network marketing business, when you come in as an associate distributor, you only have control over how you sell. You don't have control over the decisions that they make and who they buy their product from and who they outsource from. You don't have no control over that. When they want to make decisions on their end financially, they're not going to come talk to you. And I know you guys truly know a lot of these companies that they come in, they bang, and they look for someone they'll find them seven-figure earners that have them come in to bring their team. And so we got a culture now, man, where people are literally just companies are literally buying downline. And they're going, and these people are just hopping from company to company. And for people who are looking for stability and they're looking for longevity, wouldn't you two guys have definitely shown that, and we know this to be a fact, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income.
You know what's funny?
Yes.
The seven-figure earner who made $5.6 million in a company a lot of people know about has got exactly 7 streams of income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so, you talk about eggs in one basket, right? Like, do you really want to do? You can't do that. You can't brand the company. You can't go that route. I don't care if you're making $100,000 a month. It doesn't matter. It can go away in a heartbeat. Just like you said, it could be a lawsuit. It could be the FDA, the SEC. Who knows? Yes. The FTC just whacked VEMA, changed everyone's lives who were doing well there. That can happen to anyone overnight. If it happens to you and you don't have a list and you're not branded and you're not the one that they're following, good luck.
Absolutely. And one of the next question for you guys is this, because there's people online. People, of course, people meet online. Now, quick question: did you two guys meet? How did you two guys originally meet? Did you guys meet online, or did you know each other previously?
So what's funny is he took a screenshot the other day and sent it to me. It was Facebook talking about the fact that we've been friends for 3 years. You know, Facebook does that. It'll show you moments like you've been friends with this person for 10 years. And he sent me that screenshot, and I was like, well, Facebook's off. That's weird, because I've known Ray a lot longer than that. And then I realized, well, I've actually only been in network marketing for 3.5 years. Well, no, was it 2 years? Or 3 years? No,
3 years.
3 years. So we were cross-lined in a company, and we got on a webinar together, and then we started kind of working together. I started seeing his, what he was really good at, and I think he started seeing what I was really good at, and we eventually came together and said, what if we did something together? How much more powerful could we be? Because our skill sets complement each other greatly, and what he's strong in, I'm not strong in a lot of areas that I'm strong in, he's not strong in. So that's been my whole goal is creating teams of people that are strong in every area. Because isn't that what the goal of a team is to make your weaknesses irrelevant. And the only way that you do that is you surround yourself with people that are strong in what you're weak in.
Yeah,
Exactly.
If you're struggling in business, I highly recommend you trying to find a very qualified partner that's good at stuff that you're not, right? Because it absolutely changed both of our businesses very, very quickly. I can wind up Billy, like a little toy and send him off into an event, and he goes crazy, and people love him, and he keeps training, and he goes nuts. But Billy can't build a sales funnel, so
right. True story.
Like, if Billy wakes up at noon, by the time Billy wakes up, there's 8 hours of content created and put out on the internet. I'm already done for the
day. No, I'm not going to sleep at midnight and waking up at noon.
Well, man,
I'm a night owl. So,
guys, definitely one thing that shows, man. You guys' relationship definitely show how powerful social media is. That you've met in the company, and you kind of just it's truly just the true American social media story with you two guys. People you met through a business, and you got on online social media. You kind of saw each other, followed each other, and you saw each other's strengths, and you've come together now, and now you guys are constantly building streams of income. And like Benny Randall say, the list is the money for sure. And my question is, so of course you guys definitely have your skill sets that you definitely saw, you kind of bounce off each other, get a yin and a yang. And what are the things you guys do to keep a good business working relationship? Because that's one question I get asked all the time by people is, how do you work well with somebody online when you have especially your online business?
I think it's communication. I mean, you have to be totally open, and if you're upset by something, you have to talk about it, because if you let that fester, you're going to be in trouble. We probably talk on the phone 4 times a day. I bet you we're on a call 4 times a day, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. But we're doing updates. We're communicating about what's going on during that day. And if we have any issues, we're like, hey, why did you do that? Or let's not do that. Or we need to make a shift, or whatever it is. You just need to talk about it. And then we sit down. Now that he's moved out to the West Coast for the last year and a half, 2 years.
Actually, it'll be 2 years now.
2 years. We get together like weekly. Like, we sit down and
minimum twice a month. We'll sit down, and here's the key thing: we'll align ourselves with our goals. So we'll sit down and we'll review the goals that we had created the week before, the month before, and if they're not aligned with where we're going, we'll adjust them. And then we'll actually both sit down and talk about goals with every stream of income, so that we're both have got the same mindset. So it's truly a mastermind. We hold each other accountable too. Like, Ray gives me direction all the time. He's like, I need you to create this piece of content, this piece of content, and this piece of content. Without that accountability, I don't think I'm not saying I'd be less powerful. It's just that I don't. Yeah, that's really the only other way to say it.
Here's the thing: you take 2 guys that have the work ethic that we do with totally different skill sets. I mean, we have overlapping skill sets. You know,
Sure.
we can both do our thing, but when we're really extremely good at different things and we have the same work ethic, you know, there's nobody that can outwork us. Bottom line, and that wins every time. You know, we can outwork anybody. I challenge somebody to outwork us.
Boom! And that right there, you know what? That's it right there. Outwork you, because no matter how talented you are, how smart you are, where you're born, where you're raised, at the end of the day, you know, you are not going to outwork me. You're not going to out-strategize. You're not going to like Will Smith say, not get on that treadmill. One of us going to come off, but I'm not come off. If I come off, it's because I die. And, you know, so that's so crucial, man. So yeah, that's a big nugget right there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in not stopping until you get what you want. You know, if you don't stop until you get there every single time. You know, failure is fantastic if you don't lose the lesson. And actually going through rock bottom, you know, hitting the bottom, it gives you a stance of relativeness, so you can look back and actually appreciate where you're at. People that are given something, that are handed a trust fund, never truly actually gain success because they don't know what it's like to have the opposite. Meaning, if you were in Hawaii your entire life, you actually not only would not know what cold is, but you also wouldn't know what hot is, because what you had would be static. So if you don't go through the bumps and the pitfalls, if you don't go on the roller coaster ride and hit the top and the bottom, you won't appreciate what it's like to be at the top.
That's why Billy is a partner. I'm just saying.
And that's powerful right there. It's so crucial to be able to adapt and to be able to understand what the lows and the highs, and be able to find that balance in between. And you guys truly have come up with a winning dynamic duo. You guys are superstars, man. I've been following you two guys the last few years. So, you know, for me, you know, I get to have two online heroes with me on here. So I'm truly blessed. I'm definitely, you guys have given out some great content tonight, but I want to definitely give you both a chance. Close out, give a last comment real quick, and then we're going to get ready to close on up.
Okay. All right. Well, so this is what I'll say to everybody. It's 2016. All right. A lot of you have created some sort of a New Year's resolution, and at the same time, if you're watching this live or you're watching this on recording, the same people usually fall off right around now. And here's the reason. Okay. It takes 30 days, okay, in a row in order to change the neural pathways in your head. All right, they did a study with NASA where they gave these astronauts ocular lenses which flipped reality upside down. And they had them wear these, okay, for an extended period of time, seeing if they would get nauseous, what would happen with their, with psychologically. What they weren't predicting was on day 25 to day 30 with every single one of them, okay, it actually flipped reality back right side up, meaning what was coming in perceptually was upside down, but what they were seeing was right side up. And they did another study right after that where on day 15, day 20, they would have them take it off for 1 day and then put it back on. And it took them a whole nother 30 days in order to flip for the neural pathways to change in their head. Meaning, if you stop a habit on day 15, day 20, even day 24 or 25, sometimes day 29, you start back at zero. Stick with something for 30 days, it'll become subconscious. You won't even have to think about it anymore.
Man, that's powerful right there.
I always have to follow him, man. I even had a choice to go first.
And shoot videos. Just shoot videos. Get yourself, be authentic, get on camera, shoot videos, create content. You can take, it's more important to have quantity versus quality. You can turn quantity into quality later on YouTube.
Wow. Here's my thing. My thing, and I already talked about it one time, is you have to implement. Okay, you cannot be a great student all the time and take every single course and go to all the events and get on every single webinar and read and read and read and just become a great student in your mind, a master marketer that nobody knows about, that doesn't take action. You have to implement. It is the biggest thing I see people fail on is learning so much and just being a professional student and not doing anything. They don't take any of the knowledge, even if it's wrong. People want to make it perfect. They want to learn everything, so they do it perfectly. I don't care if you're terrible. Do something. Take something that you're learning from all these courses and from these leaders and from the free videos, however you're getting your knowledge, and implement it. Get it done. Because if you don't, it's never going to happen for you. You're going to find yourself 10 years from now being somebody so knowledgeable about the industry, so knowledgeable about online marketing, but have nothing to show for it.
That's powerful.
That's
powerful. Right. Well, man, you two guys are superstars. I mean, Ray, I'm gonna start with you, man. Ray, when it comes, like you said, when it comes to the funnels, man, and putting the products together, man, you are the man. And definitely, hey, man, you guys are truly awesome, man. And Billy Funk, definitely, man. When it comes to, like you say, building that list and definitely getting that content together, man, and having that mindset to really stay focused and really to build with people and move forward, and that's powerful, man. So I definitely want to let everyone know real quick. I want to let you get a chance to let everybody know how can they contact you, how they can reach out to you to learn more about you and also possibly do business with you. So what's the best? If you could, either one of you could take that shot right there and definitely let everyone know how they can contact you and reach out to you.
First of all, Michael, thank you so much for having us. We had a great time. You broke us in on Blab for the first time, so this was actually our first Blab. I had a great time. Really appreciate you having us. Very cool. Boom. 2 ways to find us, and then I'll let Billy do his thing because he's really good at this stuff, right? 2 ways is one is brand new. It's our podcast, and we're having a lot of fun with it. It's you can find us on iTunes, on Google Play. It's called Hybrid Marketing for Entrepreneurs, and that's where you're going to get us. Just nothing, no pitching, just all value, just everything in our head. We try to put it out there, and we're having a good time with that. Some cool interviews, and then our main site is hybridmarketers.com. So,
absolutely, you can. So I was gonna say that you can Google Ray Dietrich. I'm pretty sure you'd find raydietrich.com. You can Google Billy Funk. You find me on YouTube. Find me on Facebook. And same with Ray as well. But hybridmarketers.com would have all of that. Yep. And if you do listen to our podcast, we would love a review. We have ironically reached the new and notable section of business on there without even promoting it, which is cool. So we created some organic content that seems to be gaining traction without us really even marketing it.
Oh, powerful. Definitely want to thank you both of you guys and everyone. I want to definitely thank all the viewers out there for listening, checking in on us tonight. We definitely got some great nuggets. We definitely learned about online and offline marketing. So definitely, I want to appreciate everyone who came on now. You have came in contact with Michael Muse, the Overcomer Coach, the author Rise and Burn, and definitely we're taking 2016 into a to new heights. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. And you have a great day. And see you next week at the same time. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it.